Hey gorgeous people! So I really hope you had an amazing Freshers Week. It was just so much fun for me to meet you all. And today I thought now that we've got into real life uni and you're about to start your classes, or you've started your classes yesterday, it's like being an actual uni student and how I organise my work and keep on top of all of the stuff that I have to do. So I'm third year now, so I've had 2 years experience and I've definitely picked up some key bits whilst I was on the way. Number one is to organise your time. My lord, I cannot be more stressing on this point. So I didn't do very well in first year and really came back to bite me. So I did it really well in second year. So one of the things I've said to you guys when I've seen you and you've been asking is to organise your time. So I have time that I work and time that I rest. So I do not do any, if much, sometimes I have to, but I don't do much work while I'm at home. So at home, that's rest time. I come back, I watch Netflix, I relax, I've done a hard day's work. That is my rest time. And then meaning I do all of my work, or majority of my work, at university. Actually, whilst I'm in Commons or wherever I'm studying on campus. So in order to make the most out of my time, I sort of have a 10 till 6 sort of time slot. So I'm at uni from 10 o'clock in the morning to 6 o'clock at night. And obviously I'm not working solidly that time because I see friends, I have classes, I gossip. You know, that's the time that I'm in uni, that's the time I've given myself to work. And so then when I get home at sort of 6, half 6, I know, hang on, I've done a really good day's work. I don't need to now stay up on my emails, or I don't need to do extra right now because I'm tired and I just want to relax. So that's my first point. My second point is that while you're at uni, making sure that time is really productive. So as I say, I get distracted, we're humans. Like when my friends come over and they've got some juicy gossip, I want to hear it. Who doesn't? But it's about then organising your time effectively. So one thing they say, and any psychology students out there will already know because it's been rammed into you for A-levels, is your concentration time. So humans, our peak concentration time is about 40 minutes. So what they say is work for 40 minutes, rest for 5/10. So then do 40 minutes more work, rest for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, and do it like that, keep doing it like that during the day. And what I've done in the past is I've made a list and sort of said, okay, so between this first study period, I want to get this done, and I can relax. And then for this study period, I want to get this done, relax. And so by the end of the day, I feel really productive because I've done what I set out to do that day, and it wasn't really overwhelming. If you struggle with that to begin with, then what I sort of started with was 20 minutes and 10 minutes. Work for 20 minutes, rest for 10 minutes, work for 20 minutes, rest for 10 minutes, and just gradually increased it. So that's a really good way of kind of feeling like you've been productive during the day. And then on top of that, if you're one of the people that struggle to get concentrating, you can download on the internet what's called concentration grids. And so what is that? It's a grid of numbers, I think from like 1 to 100. And you have to give yourself 1 minute or 2 minutes to find all the numbers in order. You have to cross them off all in order, and that kind of just gets your brain kick-started into concentration. And it's also, you can do it with your friends and be competitive if you're anything like me. So that's kind of my first big point, is to organise your time, know what you're doing with your time. It is precious, and obviously at uni not only to work but to also play as well. So you want to get as much done during the week so that when it comes to the nights out or whatever, you can actually go and enjoy it. So yeah, that's my how I divide my time. Obviously when you're living on campus, it's a little bit harder to have that distinction between work and rest, but just try, because it'll help your mental well-being as well. So, but anyway, now actually on to physically organising my work. So if I can show you a screen thing in my computer, I will, otherwise I'll describe it to you. So I have dyslexia, so the DSA gave me this software which lets me record my lectures. I'm going to show you or trying to describe to you 2 ways of doing this. So if you have the software, it's called Sonoscent or Audio Note Taker. What it does, it lets you put in one column your slides, in another column it lets you put in some text, and the last column it lets you put in all the audio. So you can just then go back over that lecture, be able to hear it, see your notes, see the slides, like that. If you don't have that option, that's completely fine. What I do, because I didn't have that in my first year, what I did was I got all the slides, I got all the information from the slides into a Word document, so I had it all there. And then during the lecture, obviously per slide, I just add in some more notes as I heard them. And what you can also do is record the lecture on your phone, so if you then want to go back over it, you can do as well. But by having that document already made with all the information on it, it was really easy for me to just add stuff to, rather than trying to make that document as I was in the lecture and trying to write down everything on the slides. Because I did start off in first year doing it all by hand, and then found very quickly that having my laptop, having all the information already in front of me, just made my time far more useful. So that's how I do that. It's a really good way of doing it as well, so then even if I've done the audio note taker thing, I will also have a Word document like that and be able to like take across notes that I've made during the lecture from that into that Word document. Because when it comes to your exams and your assignments, just being able to go back, find that lecture, having it all really well noted in front of you is so life-changing. And also, if you're doing lots of stuff on your laptop, making your filing system so like good. So for instance, like you have your first year, so have a university folder. In your university folder have first year or second year or third year, whatever you're in. And then in that you have your modules. So for me, advanced biocog, dissertation, health, social, developmental. And then when you go into one of those folders, it has week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5. So then I can go into each. So then all I need to do when I want to try and find a lecture, find the schedule, which week was it taught, right, that was taught in week 5, so we're going to week 5 and there it is, with my slides, with the audio note taker and with my Word document. Sorted. And that's so easy. If you keep up to date with that every week, there is no stress at all. So I highly recommend doing that. And it's really easy to maintain. It sounds like I've just said a lot of stuff at you, but actually it's so easy to maintain. And so long as you're doing it before every lecture, and it doesn't even take that long, you know, if you're copying and pasting information from slides, it only takes you like 10-20 minutes depending on how bulky the slides are, but like 10 minutes just to copy and paste that across. So that's what I do IT wise. And then with the reading, a lot of you have spoken about reading, and the reading is really hard to keep up with if you don't start headstrong. So what I do is I get my reading, I try and do it before the lecture obviously, and then I just take notes. So sorry, I got the wrong book out. So this is this week's reading. I have my own like nice notebook available at the SU shop. Sorry, I've got mine. And then, right, okay, this is the key, you know, that's what I'm studying. This is the book, so that's very hard to make easy. That's the book and the authors, so like I know where I'm getting that information from. And then I've got the key. I mean, this one's a bit bulky because it's quite dense text. So then what I do is I write it all out. I've even got some doodles by the side, so I've got a little martini glass because this is talking about the cocktail party problem. And I've got a little bottle because it's talking about a bottleneck approach. And then once I've got all this, and after this lecture, because this is what I'm going to today, I'll then highlight all the key theories and the things I think are really important. And also it goes on to other pages as well, and I just highlight what I think is key. And it is actually in bullet points, but because I say it's quite dense, I mean I have probably a better example here. So this is last year's notebook, and I had like far smaller kind of bullet points about keywords and text, and then I went through and highlighted a lot of it. This is quite... So that's how I do books, because books are slightly trickier to do on the computer because you're trying to read and then type and read and type, whereas if you're just sort of writing as you're reading. Personally, I find that easier. This is all about you exploring and finding out what is easiest for you. And I think don't forget that you are, like a lot of you watching this are in first year. The whole reason first year isn't marked towards your degree. in a lot of subjects is because they want you to use this year to work out how you learn and how you use your time. So don't panic, breathe. So they're my top tips for how I organise my time. I think another really important thing just to say is, you know, remember to relax as well. You know, don't get really, really stressed, especially at the beginning of the year, because you'll burn out. If you organise your time, then you have no reason to. So for Monday to Friday, I'll be with, no matter if I have class or not, I'll be in from 10 o'clock to 6 o'clock, Monday to Friday, and that will be my time of work. So when it comes to the weekend, I can relax. I don't have to think about work. I've done so much work during the week. Like, why do I have to work? When it comes nearer to assessment time and like exam week and stuff, I'll then be working Monday to Saturday and give myself Sunday off. But that's just because it all gets a little bit more intense. But I really, really hope that this has helped you in some way about how I organise my work. I think key points: time management. Make sure you're taking like good notes, like time. It's quality over quantity. So using your time in an effective way that you can get some really good notes for yourself. And then being able to keep up with the reading. And this all culminates at the end of the year. So once I've got all my notes and done it, at the end of the year, they all get filed away so that the next year I can look back. So I can look back at all the notes that I took and it will be really effective. So this will really help when you get to third year, because a lot of your second year work then it gets retouched upon your third year. So, and that's just something, and doing all this filing bit is something you should do at the end of the year. When you have all the papers, obviously, you know, your lecturers will give you lots of work, so keep them all in a folder, and then at the end of the year you can just go boom, 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 boom. That's all my stuff. That is the work I've done. File it away in a lovely spotty folder and just relax. So there you are. I hope this has helped some people, not everyone, and I think this is probably going to be my last proper chatty video with you, so it's been really lovely to meet you all and kind of do this with you, and you know, stick around. I'm still going to be here, so if you want to know anything else, I will make sure I try and keep on the YouTube wagon. But yes, later.